Hey there, wargamers. This is Justin from AMPServices, and today we're going to be talking about the TIE Striker. It's been a while since I uploaded some videos, but I figured it's time to get back on the saddle and start talking about some of the things I'm really passionate about. So let's jump right in and discuss this ship. First of all, you'll see I've got everything kind of laid out in the box. Have not even put the dials together. So let's go ahead and take a look at the dial. We won't worry too much about the plates because we're going to get to the pilot cards momentarily. So this is the TIE Striker's movement dial. It's definitely got some cool looking maneuvers. I like the fact that it's got some one maneuvers. That's one of the issues that you run into with TIE fighters. They can't go slow enough, but the fact that this has ones, hard turn ones, hard turn twos, yeah, he's got some good maneuverability. He's also got 3 different flip turns, so it looks like the 2 sloops and then a K-turn that are really tight. So it looks like this ship's going to want to get in there. He's going to be like a close quarter ship. He's not quite as fast as TIE fighters. He doesn't have the 4 or 5 straight, but it definitely looks like he's going to be trying to get into the fray and then stay up on you, range 1 if he can. So that's interesting. It's also shocking that he has those flip turns. Yeah, it's a maneuverable little ship, guys. I mean, he's going to be able to make those hard turns and flip turns at such a short distance. Yeah, if he gets up on something slow or you make a misplay, this guy's gonna be all over you and you're gonna have a hard time getting away. So that is definitely pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out the pilots and see what he's got. So it looks like we've got 3 generics: the pilot skill 1 Imperial Trainee, pilot skill 3 Scarif Defender, and pilot skill 4 Black Squadron Scout. So it looks like this particular ship comes in with focus evade and a barrel roll. Nothing really different there compared to a standard TIE fighter. 3 attack dice is really nice. Sacrificing an attack dice for evade, it looks like, 4 hull, so he's coming in with a little bit more life than a standard TIE fighter, and his points cost is coming a little bit more. Interesting that this one has an elite pilot talent, but he seems a little bit expensive for a pilot skill 4 compared to a crack shot TIE, but we'll see what else he can do. I've not personally played with one yet or against one, so maybe I'll get to the other cards and we'll see some kind of combo that makes sense, jumps off the page for me. But definitely like those attack dice, especially with this maneuver dial and how close he's going to be trying to stay to ships. I mean, if he can stay at range 1, he's rocking 4 attack dice all the time. I mean, this is essentially all but an X-Wing for Imperials, so to speak, stat-wise minus the shield. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and check out the named pilots. So we've got Countdown, comes in pilot skill 5, same points cost as the Black Squadron Scout, but no elite pilot talent. Yeah, so I guess you're sacrificing the elite pilot talent for his ability here. Now, his ability states, when defending, if you are not stressed during the compare results step, you may suffer 1 damage to cancel all dice results if you do receive 1 stress. That's not bad. It's actually really good for jousting, because if you're trying to get at range 1 with these guys, which it looks like you're going to be doing, and let's say you're up against an X-Wing, who's rocking 4 dice, or maybe one of the new Protector Starfighters, Finn Rao or something, that want to be at range 1 of you, and they want to just slam into you with 4, 5, 6 dice, whatever. Being able to cancel all of those and take 1 damage and stress makes this guy incredibly hard to take out. That's ridiculous. That is super ridiculous. Not bad. So yeah, that's definitely justifiable for not having elite pilot talent, because that's a definitely good skill. It's going to make Countdown hard to take out, and relatively cheap at that point for how hard it'll be to remove from the game. Alright, so next one we have up is Pure Sabak. Comes in at 22 points, so paying 2 points more and you're already getting that EPT, so it might be worth it. His ability reads, when attacking, if you have 1 or fewer damage cards, roll 1 attack dice. Or 1 additional attack dice. So Countdown's going to be trying to soak damage and mitigate it by taking 1 damage and stress, whereas Pure Sabak is going to be trying to leverage his ability to not get hit and roll 4 attack dice all the time. So as long as he's not hurt, you roll 4 attack dice, and at range 1 we're rolling 5. What a beast for 22 points. I mean, there's nothing new here when it comes to mentality of gameplay, I suppose, for Imperials, because they've got all kinds of aces and arc dodgers. But I mean, full strength, 5 dice in range 1, pretty nasty for 22 points. The only issue is once he gets hit, his ability is going to fall off, so that's not super cool, but applications nonetheless. Last pilot we have here comes in at 1 point more, also has the elite pilot talent at 23 points, Duchess. Pilot ability reads, while you have the adaptive ailerons upgrade card equipped, you may choose to ignore its ability card. Its card ability rather. So when we get to that upgrade, we'll see. So since we've got this ship, and you'd think I would have looked at these already, but I have not, let's check out what this does. TIE Striker only, 0 points, title rather. Immediately before you reveal your dial, if you are not stressed, you must execute a white bank 1, straight 1, or right 1 maneuver. Interesting. So this ship can't do 4s and 5s, but it's going to be constantly having to move if it's not stressed. That's interesting. So it's constantly going to be zipping around and bouncing your face. It's going to be hard to lock down. These ships are going to be difficult. Now, if you can stress them, no big deal. But let's reread his pilot ability. While you have the adaptive ailerons upgrade card equipped, you may choose to ignore its card ability. Nice. So if you aren't stressed and you're in a position where you've got the drop on an enemy and you know they can't get away and you don't want to be forced to maneuver and get out of position, being able to ignore that card is pretty good. I'm going to assume adaptive ailerons are going to be an auto include on the Striker because they're free and they give you basically an extra boost before you move. So that's definitely good. It's going to give him a lot of flexibility and help him maneuver around. That's also going to make, not him, but I think pure Sabac's not going to synergize as well with that card. However, Countdown with adaptive ailerons actually seems pretty good. Let's look at her one more time. When defending, if you're not stressed during the compare results step, you may suffer 1 damage to cancel all dice results. If you do, receive 1 stress. So, maybe not synergize, but probably gonna have adaptive ailerons on her. And then, if you're in a position that you're, fighting someone who's shooting back, if you take a damage and you take a stress, you know that you're gonna lose the extra maneuverability. But because you're already engaged at that point and you're being shot at, you're also not going to bounce yourself out of the fight unnecessarily because of adaptive ailerons. So while the pilot ability may screw you out of your extra free boost here, it's also going to prevent you from bouncing yourself out. I think the only issue is if you're range 1 of like another arc dodger, like a Finrao or something like that. Having the adaptive ailerons to help you strategize ahead so that you can get position on someone may be helpful, but it is nice that you get some flexibility where if you're fighting someone and this would take you out of the fight, it now won't if you had to use your ability. So we'll see. That one's not giving you as much flexibility because you don't get to choose, because if you are stressed, you are stressed. Well, I guess it says you may, but you may suffer the damage, but at least it somehow synergizes much more so than pure Sabac here. So it leaves us with 2 other upgrade cards. Swarm Leader. Let's see here. 3 points elite pilot talent. When performing a primary weapon attack, choose up to 2 other friendly ships that have the defender inside their firing arcs at range 1 to 3. Remove 1 evade token from each chosen ship to roll 1 additional attack die for each token removed. This sounds wonky for all kinds of reasons. You are already going to be rocking swarms with Imperials quite often. The fact that this is going to reward you by slamming this on an ace and allowing you to take your evade tokens off of your ideally lower pilot skill ships who haven't activated yet and get extra attack dice is just stupid. Duchess can take this. While, oops, not Duchess, excuse me, Duchess can take it. Sorry. Duchess is the one we're thinking about. So Duchess is gonna be, no, not Duchess. Bear with me, guys, sorry. Pure Sabac here can take this. When attacking, if you have 1 or fewer damage cards, roll 1 additional attack dice. This is gonna help you set up for a massive alpha strike. So At range 2 to 3, he's rolling 4 already. You're probably not going to get Swarm Leader off for the Alpha at range 1. Once you do this once, or if your opponent's seen it before, he's going to know what's coming. But on the initial engagement, if Pure Sabak is being escorted by a bunch of cheap TIE fighters or cheap whatevers with evade, you know, he can roll in. He's rolling 4 dice at range 2 to 3. Let's say you've got a 3-man TIE fighter escort and Pure Sabak hasn't taken damage. At range 2 to 3, he could be rolling like 7 attack dice or more depending on your swarm. That's nutters. And if he's at range 1 doing that, you know, he's rolling 5 dice plus however many this goes. Like, for 3 points, Swarm Leader is bringing so many applications to the table for Imperials. I mean, even like on, if you're running a traditional TIE Swarm, you could throw this on a Vader if you wanted to. If he's running with your TIE Swarm, where you've got, you know, was it 3 Black Squadron TIE fighters, the leader TIE fighter chick, whose name is eluding me for some reason. She lets you reroll your attack dice. Her and Vader, like, that's just crazy. You know, you can even put it on her. Interesting. Swarm Leader, I think it's a good card. And for 3 points, not bad. That's going to give you a lot of Alpha Strike potential, more Alpha Strike potential for your swarms. And last but not least, this final upgrade card is TIE Only Modification. It reads, when defending, after rolling defense dice, if there are more attack dice than defense dice, roll 1 additional defense dice. You cannot equip this card if your agility value is 3 or higher. Interesting. So what this is going to do is, when you equip it to this ship, essentially, anytime someone's attacking you and they have 3 or more attack dice, you get to roll 3 evade dice. If they have 2 or fewer attack dice against you, you're still stuck with your 2 innately. But in the current meta of the game, there's so many ships that are rolling 3, 4, 5, you know, maybe even 6 dice against you. So lightweight frame's really going to bring this guy back up. I mean, it's 2 points, but you know, 3 evade dice is nothing to balk at. The other thing that is really interesting about lightweight frame here is that it says TIE Only Modification. So it's not TIE Striker only, it's anything that has TIE in the name. So basically immediately what comes to mind is the TIE Bomber. You know, there's lots of applications with the upgrades that came out for the TIE Bomber in the last, I think it was the Veterans set, where you got the Defender and the Bomber. You got applications to run the Bomber as more of a shuttle versus a bomber. You could throw this on there, gets extra evade dice, and keep your support ship alive longer. Or, if you're running a traditional bomber, you've got this to increase the evade value on it innately anyway. So, this is something to consider when you're looking at any of your TIE, you know, in the name TIE ships that have to evade printed. So, very, very interesting. Obviously, it can't be equipped on anyone with anything with 3, so you can't make your TIE interceptors ridiculous, but that is definitely interesting. I wonder if there are any wonky combos with this with Stealth Device, because that would put you up to 4 evade dice. I guess that'd be a pretty expensive combo. Nope, this is a modification, so yeah, you couldn't do double. That's what happens when you think out loud while you're filming. Anyways, guys, that is a quick look at the TIE Striker and the contents that come with the ship. I think, as always with Fantasy Flight, the models look good for a pre-painted minis game, good quality and good value. I would like to give this guy a go. I think he's going to have some crazy maneuverability, and one of the things I really like about Arc Dodgers and things with the barrel roll and boost in the game is you constantly have things to do, like just moving straight and then stopping. It can be slightly lackluster or boring. There are some cool lists, but the more things you're moving and doing on the table, the more engaged you are. And I think ships like this with extra little gimmicks make your list a little bit more fun to play, particularly in the casual setting. I guess having extra maneuvers and things to do in a tournament setting eats your clock, but you know, I mean, while I think tournaments are good and I've participated, I also think there's something to be said for just sitting down and banging out some games and rolling dice with your buddies. So for casual games, absolutely think these things are going to make the game fun, assuming both players understand how to fight with and against them. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, please check us out on Facebook. I've got a website if you'd like to have some models painted for you. I will paint X-Wing. I don't have as many models from X-Wing as I would like in my portfolio, but I have painted some. I have quite a few of my own that are painted that you can see photos of. Also, I'm starting to get into the Twitch game, and I'll be doing some live streaming of painting, hobby stuff, and video gaming. So make sure you look out for that and check that out. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Happy wargaming.